Hello there, chess friends. Today I will show you one of the interesting games from last vacancy tournaments. I played with white against Yespenka and Ray. D4, knight f6, c4, e6. Here I played move g4. Of course, what g4 move for humans is absolutely surprising move because let's to speak like nobody will play in move 3 move, whereas engine will say engine for engine is 0.50 means 0.50 or means 0.1. But when you play something new for your opponent is something new, your opponent start to think too much, and he afraid about all moves. When I play g4, first when I see this move, we prepare this move with my seconds. We think it's better to play in rapid or blitz tournaments. But after we think, okay, we don't find any variation where black is big advantage. No big advantage. Of course, if black will play very good, I think is normally black will get advantage, but it is not a clear advantage. I mean, this move after this move is white is every time some choose to play very interesting, very good line. Of course, first of all, g4 we need to think about take g4. Yeah, many people think why not to play knight c3, bishop b4, g4. But it's absolutely different. It's absolutely different because why I play g4? Because after g4, bishop b4 check, I will not play knight c3. I will play knight bishop d3. And also knight c3 interesting, but bishop d2. It's absolutely different line. It's not like knight c3, it's Nimsovich. And here is many variations where white can take, just to play normal chess without pawn after e4 long castle. Again, for engine is maybe a small advantage. It's not like -1, nothing like it's not more means 0.40 or 0.50, but it's absolutely not easy to play with black. But bishop b4, bishop d2. For this reason, is absolutely different to play first bishop c3. Bishop b4, g4, or here is possible just to play d5. Also, it's possible to take g4. It's a little bit different, but I played g4, and I think this my opponent is Andrei. When I played this move, he will start to smile on the board. After the game, he come and he say, when you play g4, I think you want to play g3, but you had to go to g4. But I said no. For this reason, he think it was a big mistake from me. But I mean, my hand go to g4, not g3. But after the game, when I say it was like home preparation, he cannot believe it, and he think, but okay, I mean, it's absolutely strange. But I played many games in vacancy, but one of the games where I got from opening advantage was clearly this game, and I have a good position. And after g4 is not easy to play. It's to see some variation. Like it's for me, it's very interesting. e5. Yeah, I love to play Budapest for myself. Let's to see second move e5. I played very interesting games e5. Also one of my favorite games. We analyzed in Chesscom against Luke Van Vele, where I won very nice, very beautiful game. I won against Kramnik in Budapest. But after e6, g4, e5, you can think is dream Budapest for black. But this is not like this because every time is g5 move. Let's to play knight f3, just very interesting move. e4 and look this g5 move. Yeah, in normal Budapest you never can play e5, knight f3. It is because it's bad move. e4 is or e take d4. Black position is okay. But in our game I play g4, e5, knight f3, e4, now g5, e take f3, g take f6, queen take f6, and e3. Again, this absolutely interesting position. And if I will say, if I think is white is better here, maybe many chess players will not believe because it's how no pawn, but it's very good pawn center. just you can play knight c3, queen d2, long castle, and pawn is not important. Or I can just attack d2 to take f3, and here is white is no problem. Yeah, I mean black cannot play Budapest. Okay, some moves like engine moves is b5. Yeah, it's same. It looks very strange, but after bishop g2 is d5 move. But it will be same in the game. After g4 is black can take knight g4 is of course I think is more of my opponents and players preparing for to take this one. It's more principle. Okay, take e4. I just attack knight. If play some f5 move or knight f5, e5. Okay, if play knight g6 for engine is good move, but for human it looks this pawn instructions, and I just can play some moves normal knight c3, no pawn, but is white win 5 extra tempo. For this reason, is white is good position, and knight e4, and here is just bishop g2. I attack knight d5, and just knight e2. And again is very interesting position. White win some 2-3 tempo. White black take knight f6, knight e4 is 3 tempo, and here is just castle, take knight d4, knight c6, and maybe knight b5. It's very interesting idea. Just take queen d5 idea, and position is near equal, but I like white position. Okay, I mean, maybe it's more principle is play f5 first, and here is knight c3. Knight c6 is absolutely best move for engine, knight c6, and here is a very interesting idea. After g4, sacrifice to play h4. Why h4? Because is no queen h4 move, and also pawn in h4 every time bishop g5 move. Of course, h4 is very interesting move and very good idea, and bishop e7 just take, and play bishop f4. It means I wanted to sacrifice a second pawn, maybe a position like bishop h4, queen e2 interesting. It's not no queen e7 is a mistake, like h4, and if go to with king somewhere or just to play bishop e7, I can play normal long castle. Not two pawn, but it look my king, look my h line, everything is looks interesting. And maybe if king f7, I can play long castle to sacrifice again. His pawn is no problem. It's 3 pawns, but just to play normal chess, knight f3 or knight h3 is white is a very strong attack and very good position for white. Yeah, and if take bishop f4 just to play normal game, just queen d2, bishop h4, and long castle. And it's many variations, very interesting variations, and position is near equal, but I think it's very interesting position. To play first time is very good, and how I say in vacancy in closing ceremony, I will back again in this move g4 in tournaments because really I like this move, and it's a very interesting move. Okay, after g4 he played absolutely human move d5. I think is 90% chess players think is best move because g4 d5. Now if play bishop g2 it will be very strange Catalan, no pawn g3 in g4. For this reason I play g5, knight e4, and is main k in this position, and after bishop g2 I sacrifice pawn, and I don't want to play h4 because it's bishop b4 check. Yeah, I played bishop g2 after this move. Yeah, I mean also I want to show you his move after g4 h6 is for engine is very good move. Okay, now we can play knight c3, not g5 move, just to play bishop g2. Now he lose again h6 pawn, and knight f3, c6, just to play like Catalan. It's different. Okay, also I want to say one very important secret for chess lovers is after g4, normally when white plays g4, is 85% is working best move h6 every time. If you don't know how to play, you can just play h6 every time. and it's a really very good idea to play h6 because white need to lose to defense g4 pawn and also no g5 move. I mean, this position also I think is one of the very strong moves is h6. If you don't know how to play against g4, you can just play h6. d5, g5, knight 4, bishop g2. Now after bishop g2, of course, again some takes g5. I can just play knight c3, bishop b4, queen b3. Not easy to play with black. No, I think not easy to take c3 with this knight. It's very strange. No pawn, but every time we're afraid bishop a3, no castle. But here is for engine, just take c4. It's a very interesting position, and the position I think is near equal. Every time bishop a3, but here is not very good. I can take bishop a3 and no castle. Again, is a very unclear position, and it's not easy to play with black when you see this king. I mean, I prefer white position. Takes g5 is not easy for human, and he hit bishop b4, and here is again one really very strong move, king f1. Okay, looks very strange. King is no castle, your pawn in g5, but king in f1 is very good because after g4, g5 not easy to castle. After g5 now is my king is good, and again is same position. If take maybe take g5 is not very good because it's better. I can play queen b3 also easily. Means very good compensation. He played bishop b7. I think his first mistake. Of course, not easy to calculate after castle c5. Maybe it looks very bad bishop, but he has maybe some move c6, a3, bishop a5, bishop c7 is maybe is good. But he took bishop b7, and I just to save my pawn h4, castle, and knight h3. Yeah. After knight h3 is my position is white is absolutely no problem. Here is very interesting pawn instructions, maybe some attacks also to attack e4, and here is more principal move is c5 just to try to attack. I can take maybe d takes e5, bishop c5, and here is very interesting style h5, continue to h6, if knight c6, h6. Pawn is very good, and white is very good attack. If g6 every time, g7 made ideas, and here is black is no attack, and here is many moves is maybe is better, maybe also is endgame. Just take knight c3 to take e4, f6. For this reason, not easy to play with black. I was very happy with my position after knight h3, and I think I got some advantage after c6. Maybe when I go to the game, I want to play very risky, very interesting, and I forget just to play some normal moves and just take e4, take knight c3, because I just want to take e4 pawn and after go to with pawns h5. This black is only one move e5 here, and I just take if queen d1 is knight d1 is just extra pawn for white, and the bishop f5 I can play knight f4, and the next move maybe knight h5, knight g3, and white is clearly better, and it's good chance to win here. But I tried to save domination, and also I tried to play some risky move, and because he think till this moment about 1 hour, and he played with 30 minutes, 35. I don't want to change, but it was my mistake. I played queen c2 is just to try to take e4, and here he played e5 again. He also tried to play aggressively, but after knight d6 maybe some problems for white because it's f5. Is minus g4 g5 move is f5 square. And after knight d2, I just calculate knight f5, knight f3, and I calculate knight f4 next. I mean, for humans looks very good position. Is no problem but for engine is black is slightly better because I played queen c2, not very good move. Okay, e5, I played knight d2, again interesting move, take d4. And the last moment I don't want to play knight f4, but it was very nice move. Knight f4, take bishop e4, attack h7, knight d7, take rook d1. It looks very interesting position. d3, take, no piece, but look these pawns, fantastic strong pawns. h6, bishop g5, h6, if take, very nice, very beautiful move. Knight e6, because e6 square is bad, queen g6, and is made position is just bishop g5, take h6. Yeah, I mean, and if bishop h6, just knight h5, and there's no piece, no pawn, but his black king is very bad. Maybe I want to take g7 or take h6, and absolutely not easy to play for black. And I don't know why I don't play this move knight f4, but I cannot calculate all. But of course it was a very good move knight f4. I just take and knight f4 and bishop e6. Normal move queen b3 is next move. Just take pawn d5. It's position absolutely equal, and I don't know. I prefer white position, but engine is not agree with me. But I prefer white position maybe, but position is equal. Yeah, but I tried to play again some very risky move g6, and I absolutely miss his move knight c6, and pawn is here. My pawn not easy. I mean, his black is next to rook c8. Take, and now his black is very good position, but black need to find very strong, very super move. Bishop take h4 is again very easy to say, just to take pawn, but it is more than pawn because he opened h line, but his problem is white is no attack here, and he just to play queen d7. I take. We go to endgame. Position is again near to draw. I will play some few moves. Rook c1, take, knight d3, rook d5, just bishop f4, rook e8, bishop g3. Position maybe equal, but is more looks like draw because his d4 pawn is not good. My pawn h4 is not good. For this reason, his position is near draw. After rook f4, I play f3, rook f7, bishop f2. We just agree draw after bishop f2 because his maybe equal position, maybe is normal is draw. Thank you very much. Good luck.